How are you guys? My name is Joe. I am doing my final project on the water problem in New Jersey. So, getting into it, we need to analyze the problem before we dive into it. So, almost 60% of New Jersey waterways are polluted. Some of the toxins and pollutants that are polluting them include a variety of different point source and non-point source types of solution or pollution. So this would include septic tanks, soil erosion from construction sites, sewage from sewage and garbage from pickups, fertilizers being used, oil being dropped out of cars, corporate waste like Superfund sites, and a lot of different pollutants like that. So if we do not change what we're doing with the problem of our waterways, and if we let the things go the way that they are going, um, things are not going to change, and we will not have proper drinking water for the foreseeable future. And so this does not ensure drinkable water for the generations to come that could live hundreds, if not thousands of years in the future. So, what causes the problem of water pollution? So, the first type of pollutant that pollutes waterways is non-point source pollution, and this accounts for the majority of the pollution in our waterways. This is pollution that we really cannot account for, and it includes some items like that we listed before, like sewage, acid rain, oil or gas leaks from our cars. Um, and if we want to properly be able to come up with a innovative solution for this issue, we're going to need to figure out a way to calculate or estimate accurately on on average how much of this non-point source pollution we come up with. So getting into the other problem, or the other side of the problem, is the pollution from point source solution. So this accounts for the minority, but it still accounts for a lot of it because we know exactly where this pollution is coming from, and it is measurable data that we can track back to the source. So this means that we can do something about this pollution much easier. So this pollution is caused by governmental policy, it's caused by corporations, or just society in general. So a spotlight pollutant that is polluting our waterways in New Jersey is acid rain. And we have a lot of factories in New Jersey, and the air quality from New York and from Philadelphia mixes with the industrial air of New Jersey. And so this causes a lot of pollutants to be released into the air. So rain also washes a ton of pollutants from the ground into the rainwater. So accounting for all of the pollutants that go into the air and the pollutants that get washed into the soil from the rainwater, a lot of pollutants are finding their ways into our waterways through acid rain. So the second spotlight problem is corporate runoff. Toxic waste from these corporations is leading to Superfund sites in New Jersey, which is this is where corporations are buying pieces of land and dumping waste basically and just destroying the land ecologically, but it's okay, I guess. And so New Jersey has 114 Superfund sites that are leading to toxic waste being dumped in New Jersey. And this is causing a wide variety of ecological issues within the state. So an analysis of all the problems is, in order to create a sustainable change, we need to account for all of the different things that are happening to our water sources. As we said before, there could be up to 100 pollutants that are entering our waterways. But in order to create a technological solution, we're going to need to specifically detail each of those, understand what is causing these things, and then we need to go into those industries and we need to create solutions that are going to cause and innovate change for the future. So what have we done in the past to kind of reform how our waterways have been treated. So going back to 2018, when Phil Murphy first got inaugurated, he made a promise to reform New Jersey's water. And he promised that he would limit, or he actually included two major focuses um, in that. So the plan so the plan then his plan, I'm sorry. His plan included creating a better way to follow and measure the amount of pollution being created for each of these companies. And then also he wanted to revise how the municipal stormwater permits were being created and given out in New Jersey. He thought that they needed to be given to more people who deserve them and who can properly do things with them. So, and then we can go into the year 2020, where we can see some actual progress made on this plan. In the year 2020, New Jersey made progress by removing its some contaminants from drinking water in Newark, because it upgraded its antiquated system of storm drains in 21 cities to ensure that new real estate development included measures to properly control and filter stormwater. And then getting into what Phil Murphy also did in 2020. In Newark, he replaced most of the lead service lines that were poisoning the water for thousands of people. And so Governor Phil Murphy's mid-year budget included $60 million for these lines to be replaced. And so because of this, it caused thousands of people not to be drinking lead poisoned water. So these are just some of the types of things that have been done in the past to help create a change. So now what can be done in the future? So the first thing that we can do is actually propose this tax on these businesses and corporations that have trackable waste and trackable pollution. So if we are properly charging them for the pollution that they solve, we can put that tax earning money towards solutions that help the problem. And then also it will incentivize the corporations to take up more environmentally focused practices. Another solution is that we just need to create innovative solutions that on how rainwater and sewage is collected, and completely change pretty much everything within the industry. If we came up with effective ways to transport and collect rainwater without having the issue of overflooding, no waste would then be able to seep into our ground, causing further pollution in waterways. So then what does the future look like? So technology could really revolutionize this space because it's going to revolutionize the way that we get water. And there isn't really a great way to guess on what that's going to look like. But basically, the future is going to be a bright place because we're going to create the social systems in order to support the change in order to benefit our planet. And this will only happen if we come together and put our minds together to create these innovative solutions. So if we do enough research, we can find these solutions and implement them. And then we can solve the issue of water pollution in a creative way. And it will open the door to so many other renewable and environmentally friendly solutions in the future. So thank you and take care.